Alright, you guys ready to rock and roll? Season 3 is here. The best time of the year, guys. What changes are they gonna make? Let's go through the notes together. We'll break it down. I'll jump it back and forth between the game and the notes. Then, of course, we'll go through all the characters. So let's start with the system changes first. Our focus for this end of the content year update was various character tunings in addition to alterations to the general strategy of the game through a number of battle changes. A list of changes and our explanations behind them can be found below. We hope these explanations will help explain our thought process, especially for adjustments where the intention is less obvious than others. Guys, that already sounds like they're not removing throw loops. That sounds like an OS. Okay, perfect parry. A screen freeze will no longer occur when successfully performing a perfect parry unless the correct direction is held. Down back must be held for low attacks, and back must be held for high and overhead attacks to successfully produce a screen freeze. Okay, so we already got hints of this before from the Elena testing at the Evo build, but is Capcom going to give an official name for this imperfect parry? This change is intended to improve the feeling of being on the receiving end of a perfect parry and is in response to a number of situations. 1, because perfect parry required no additional input, it was too easy of a choice to simply parry the moment the player sees their opponent move. Another was the drive parry before drive rush, occasionally causing a perfect parry by chance. By chance, guys. Messy guessies. We were complaining about this in Season 1, when hit by an opponent's spacing attack, because parry and drive rush are tied together. These kind of accidental perfect parry situations were found to result in frustrations for players when a perfect parry turned the tide of a match. Too random. Too slot machine. While we had attempted to balance the risk and reward of perfect parry through gauge use, gain, and increasing the recovery of drive parry, reward was still too high on success and the risk too low on failure damage. So Capcom's doubling down. By requiring an additional input alongside the already present timing requirement, we hope to reduce these incidental parries. Okay, perfect parry against projectiles, which produces no time freeze, have been kept in order to prevent projectiles from becoming overly oppressive. Okay, so it looks like the perfect parry fireball remains the same. Adjustments resulting from perfect parry changes. Because the perfect parry alterations have made highs and lows more important, many characters have received changes to their lows to ensure they are not overly powerful. Uh-oh. What is that supposed to mean? Speed? Damage? Scaling? I mean, technically they're right. That means they have to take a look at all the crouch and leg kicks and crouch medium kicks, especially on meaty. Don't worry, we'll get to that. This change also means it'll be more difficult to perform perfect parry against an attack out of drive rush, a common choice to begin an offensive push. Taking this into consideration, crouching medium kicks cannot be cancelled until other moves have been given scaling in order to ease their strength when used from drive rush, as they could lead to combos and were safe on block. So that means like Aki crouching medium kick, Kimberly crouching medium kick, Marisa. Guys, Marisa. So crouching medium kicks, because these characters, they don't go crouching medium kick into drive rush. They go drive rush into crouching medium kick. Man, Capcom's really taking a look at all the repercussions of these changes. So they said given scaling. So you'll still be able to do the combos. It's just they'll be scaled more. Probably in the same way of canceling them in the first place. I believe even Elena will have this, right? She can't cancel her crouching medium kick, right? Yeah, 20% on the top of the screen. Already to 80, so it kind of acts like interesting. Okay, scaling. In anticipation of long-reaching lows becoming a powerful way to begin offense, characters that are able to cancel their crouching medium kicks will no longer be able to evade an opponent's throw after having their drive rush light attack blocked from crouching medium kick? What? This will require the opponent to throw as soon as they are able? I need to read this like 3 times. Further investigation needed. No, it's +3. I don't understand. Shimmying? I'll get her to the throw. I mean, let me get to Akuka. Spoilers. By the way, I noticed when I switched to Akuma that Zangief was still on the character selection screen, so spoilers. Yeah, Akuma can't walk out either. Is that what they changed? It like locks you in? Like here, look, I'm doing a normal crouching jab and walking back. And I can walk out. But when I drive rush into it, I can't? Is that what's going on? Hold on, let's do raw drive rush. Yes! The drive rush locks you in. You're trapped! I go crouching jab raw. I walk back. Keep in mind, Akuma is quite fast of a character, okay? He's got some speed. I can walk out. Raw drive rush? I can walk out. Crouching medium kick. I'm locked in. Can you jump? You can definitely jump, but the opponent can anti-air me if I jump like this. It basically limits the options you have. Why is this? Capcom is saying because they're essentially making low attack stronger by nerfing perfect parry, they have to lessen the strength of crouching attacks in general. Besides the perfect parry, they should have lessened the strength of lows to begin with anyways. Regardless if they're changing perfect parry or not, I'm down with this all the way. It's just weird how they wrote it, you know. This will require the opponent to throw as soon as they're able. Attack sequences using crouching light kick from close ranges have also received changes. Because perfect parry was universal for strikes, it was common to have crouching light kicks perfect parried when trying to check an opponent's wake up. This is true. This combined with the fact that most light punches resulted in more advantage, crouching light kicks were considered a low priority move. With the changes in perfect parry, these attacks should see more use. We also made it more likely for consecutive light attacks to reach with alterations to advantage and pushback on block to light moves. What? Capcom is basically increasing the pressure with light chains across the board. Everyone does crouching light punch when on meaty, right? When the opponent's getting up the ground, you pressure crouching light punch. Almost everyone does that instead of crouching light kick. But because with perfect parry now, you have to hold down back or back. You have to guess which one, right? To get the freeze screen. You're going to see a lot more meaty crouching light kick, which is good. That means more pressure gain, right? And don't worry, I'll show you guys the perfect parry changes in a second here. We've adjusted assisted combos that incorporate crouching light attacks as a second attack in the string, so you can attack in a similar fashion as when using classic controls. Okay, hold on. I want to test out this perfect parry change. Let's try to perfect parry this. Weird. This sounds different too, doesn't it? It sounds weird. Imperfect sound, yeah. Capcom didn't give an official name, dude. They should have given it an official name. Now we're just gonna all call it imperfect, I guess. I'm gonna get Ken to jump in heavy kick and block here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check the frame data. Okay, I'm -8. I'm check. -8. -8. -8. Okay, I'm not gonna do the real parry. +5. The imperfect parry is more minus. You have to block the correct way to get the super bonus now. This is huge. So this means like when you use parry when somebody's crossing you up, you have to block the correct way to get the freeze screen. This is going to help mix-ups. It's going to help jumps. It's going to help the meaty game. Basically, if you're someone who's like good at perfect parry, like truly good, and you truly know which direction they're going to press, you will be rewarded for it. Okay, so -6. Yeah, butt slam gets buffed. Like mix-ups get buffed. -6. -7. Okay, now I gotta block the right way. I'm gonna hold right and press parry. Yeah. Wow. Wow. This is so crazy. You have to get the perfect parry to get the punish. Let's do a more extreme example now. Let's get Ken to hit me on wake up, okay? So Ken, he's gonna do a meaty crouching jab on me on wake up, all right? He's gonna knock my butt down. Now I'm gonna hold down back and do parry, okay? I'm only +1. So that means that he can tech the throw. I can't back throw him anymore. Crazy. Okay, so even if you perfect parry and you try to buffer option select. So what I mean is you perfect parry and you try to do something right after, regardless if it's going to be free screen or not. You press throw. You are still not plus enough. This is crazy. That means the swings are going to not be as big. You guessed incorrectly. You got the perfect parry, but you're only +1 on the light, so you can't back throw. The opponent can tech your throw. Okay, this is where it gets really crazy, guys. So I held down back. In order for me to get the freeze screen, I have to hold back and press parry, right? See, now I got it. Now it's back to season 2. Now season 2 back throw. But here's the thing. How do I know if Ken's gonna do crouching light punch or crouching light kick? And that's why Capcom buffed crouching lights now. Because you're gonna be doing a lot of crouching light kicks now. Now I don't know. So here we go. So I had to hold back and press parry to get the freeze screen on the light punch. But now that won't work on the light kick. See? Because I have to hold down back for the crouching light kick. I have to guess. That is so cool. You would rather the screen freeze to disappear forever? But think about it now. Now when you see the screen freeze, it's actually hype. Because that means the player... It's like a call out. It's like, dude, I knew you were gonna go low. Now it's like, it's actually sick, right? Because it's showing, yo, you're easy to read. I knew you're gonna go low. They turned it around. Now perfect parry is like actually hype. Now if I know he's gonna go crouching light kick, I hold down back. There we go. See? That's hype. That's hype, guys. There's a lot to take in. There's a lot more to this than just... Actually, screw it. Hold on. Let's get Honda in here, man. Is Honda still in this game? Yeah, he is. Okay, good. Parry Arcade. You guys can call me Parry Arcade, okay? There we go. A -1! Oh, no! This change... Hold on. We gotta make sure. We gotta make sure, guys. We need to seal the deal here. I'm gonna get him to block. This is such a big change, guys. Just the perfect parry alone changes this game. Bro, I'm minus. I can't even press a button. Like, you can't like when Ryu goes, I can't cancel that animation. I gotta wait for him to recover. So what about headbutt then? Okay, so if I hold down back and press, I won't get the freeze screen. Yeah, I'm +3. I can't punish the headbutt. Everything has to be intentional now. Now back at the back parry. Okay. Holy smokes, man. Like, there's more to this than that, guys. Like, Kimberly left-right mix-ups. JP coming out of his teleport left-right mix-ups. JP level 2. Blanca level 2 ball. Like, anything that crosses you up, man. So it's going to add more set plays? Yeah, it's going to make mix-ups stronger. Pressure in general is stronger. All right, next change. Throw escapes. So we already know about this one, too. The player who escapes a throw will now receive more drive gauge and super art gauge than before. A classic defensive strategy was to perform a delayed throw escape after blocking for an instant. This was a strong option against both strikes and throws, but it proved difficult to turn the fight around into your favor as the attacker could simply wait and attack a whiffed throw attempt, making it a high risk but low return defensive option. Throws in general. As a defensive measure against throws, player could also backdash or jump to get better rewards, which meant that throw escapes was not an option that was chosen often. You might even say 6 or 7 times in a row. In order to provide players with another valuable close range option when on the defensive, we decided to give more resources upon a successful throw escape. This will be a huge boon for a player, especially just before hitting burnout, and become a valid option to get out of a tight situation. All right, guys. So once again, we already knew about this change. You guys have been keeping up. Probably looks like throw loops are still in, but it'll be more rewarding to risk pressing those 2 buttons together. Look at the top right screen, the drive meter. If Honda attacks, he gains an entire bar. Look at the bottom right of the screen. He also gains super meter. So now when someone's throw looping you, if you take the risk and go for a throw, you get space and you get meter. The meter is especially important because when you're defending in the corner, you're very close to burnout. Most of the time, you're getting pressured, and that 1 bar of meter. A common strategy that people will do after they tech a throw, they'll drive rush out, right? Because they have that space. There's that momentary space, so they can walk forward, crouching medium kick, drive rush, or they can raw drive rush out to escape. But a lot of the times when you made that choice, your meter was already too low to begin with, and you're usually in burnout, and you're jam toast anyways. But now you'll gain the meter so that drive rush will be free, right? Because it costs 1 bar. The only downside to this change that Capcom is doing, which we discussed before, is this can be easily manipulated. So what I mean is that I can... Whoever is at frame advantage dictates who gets the bar. Hypothetically. So what I mean is, okay, let's get Honda to do a wake up throw. So Honda's going to do a wake up throw. Now look at the meter. Wait a second. Why didn't Honda get the bar? Who got the bar there? Look in the top left. Wait a second. Ryu's the one on offense. Why did I get the bar? Because I'm turning it around and I'm teching second. Therefore, the game gives me the meter. The person on offense. So now we're in this weird situation where there's going to be a mind game where I can manipulate it. This situation can happen a lot. Like another very, very common scenario is, let's get Honda to press throw on block here. So I'll go like this. Oh, I gotta get poor Honda the block here. Go like this. Okay, once again, look at the top right of the screen. Honda techs and he gets his meter back. Okay, watch. See, Honda got his meter back. Everything's working good, right? Now watch this. Wait a second. Why did I get the meter now? Why did Ryu get it? Honda got it. I got it. So, once again, any situation where you have frame advantage, you dictate who gets the meter because you can simply delay tech. But don't worry, before everyone panics and raises their pitchforks, this is also going to add a new mind game. Because what if Honda knows that I'm going to delay tech and instead he mashes? So now I go like this. He took his turn. He took his turn. So now if you know the opponent is abusing that, it's time to press. It's definitely time to press. And you take your turn back because he's leaving a gap. He's leaving an opening on purpose. Same thing on the knockdown situation I was showing you guys. I know this is a little complicated. Don't worry. We're going to do videos like really going in detail on these changes individually. But for now, you know, we just want to get an idea for this patch. I will show you guys a whole bunch of strategies that we can do. I'll upload it all on YouTube. I'll show you the example of Honda does throw on wake up. So look at the top left side of the screen. I get my bar back. Ryu gets his bar back. Ryu gets the bar back. But this time I try the same thing, but instead Honda does wake up light punch instead. Honda takes his turn. So those light punches can go into like a tick throw into a back throw. Like Honda go like this and then back throw me. Or Honda can go, you know, into drive rush, right? Take his turn back. So you're by trying to manipulate, if the opponent anticipates that, they can steal their turn back. So this is gonna really change the wake up mind game of Street Fighter 6 on top of the perfect parry changes. It's gonna get weird. This is gonna be a weird season. Just keep in mind too that like I see some people that are like, oh, why would you delay tech when you can, you know, when you can shimmy, when you can do blah, blah, blah. Just don't forget that doing the delay tech method also baits like wake up super, you know? Like say Honda does like, you know, level 1. So I do delay tech. He does super. Oh, I punish him, right? He does throw. Oh, delay tech. It's just another offensive move that covers a lot of options. If Honda does wake up, like I'm waiting, I do delay tech. What if Honda jumps up? Like he does wake up jump, then, you know, I cross cut him. You know, it's there's a lot to it. Another thing is like, why not do a shimmy Vesper instead? Well, what if the opponent does wake up crouching medium kick? Then I'll clip my toes. But if I did meaty down back, then the crouching medium kick I'm gonna block. So it's layers. It's just another option. There's pros, there's cons, just like other options, and this is just a new one that they're adding to the game for both offense and defense. All right, sweeps. Man, they're going after sweeps again? Along with reducing the hurt box on the first active frame, we've made adjustments so that on a normal or counter hit, players can still perform a recovery. Whoa! They can back rise on the counter hit sweep by greatly reducing the hurt box immediately after the startup. Although there's some risk if the attack was blocked or missed, it's now an attack that can win out against other pokes more often. Remember this option when you don't have much health left or in a pinch. I mean, I'm pretty sure people mash sweep when they're in the pinch in the first place. On the other hand, the move can now be recovered from after a normal counter hit. So your offensive situation after hit is much different. Each character will have a different wake up gameplay now, so study up. Due to this change, the strategy of knocking down an opponent and switching sides before they get up is now gone, except the attack lands as a punish counter. Wow, okay. So Capcom continues to nerf sweep. The last time they nerfed sweep, they basically made it so that universally, no matter how far your sweep is, like even Zangief, even Bison's sweep, they were punishable on block. So now they're making it when your leg comes out, it's tucked in more so that basically across the board, your sweep is just like a super high priority button that's going to beat any other button pretty much. So like, let's say you're trapped in the corner. You got no meter and you're screwed, right? Your sweep is going to be like your last chance option. And honestly, I feel like a lot of players knew this already, you know? Since they're buffing sweeps, they're going to also nerf them so you can't side switch as easily. So what would happen is like you get a counter hit and they couldn't back rise before. Then you could do something like this, right? Like this, and then, you know, Tatsu and side switch, right? Turn the tables. Just like how they're nerfing perfect parry on turning the tables. They don't want sweeps to turn the tables and you like, you know, just jump over, right? Or you side switch with Tatsu or whatever your character is on counter hit. But if you get a punish counter, so that means you're not using it to just throw out, you're using it as a whiff punish. So you go like this, right? Like you see them press a button and then you do it, then they'll get hard knocked. Yeah, see, he can back rise on counter hit now. Whoop. Sweeps. Once again, Capcom's going after all the lows in different ways. Okay, note that attacks that slide along the ground are not subject to this change. Damn, man. Bison slide on counter hit still does hard knockdown? Damn, Vega confirmed. Modern controls have received 2 major updates. Jumping attacks. By pressing the assist button with an attack button, you can now use different jumping attacks while in the air. As a general rule, good air-to-ground attacks require pressing the assist button, while attacks suited for air-to-air situations are now the normal jumping attacks. Unique assisted combos can now be performed starting from a rapid cancel light attack. Due to the properties of the assisted combos when using modern controls, it wasn't possible to look for a combo after a second light attack with the exception of some characters. However, considering the changes made to perfect parry, it is now more important to mix up the high and lows of the attacks more and more ever. So by performing down plus auto light from a rapid cancel light attack, you can now perform a unique assisted combo that begins with a light attack. This unique assisted combo is the exact same as every character's assisted combo 1, but when rapid cancel, it will continue until the end regardless. Okay, so Capcom has been slowly buffing modern controls every single patch, just very, very slightly. In modern controls, every character doesn't have access to all their buttons, but they're pretty much making it now so that every character in modern controls should have access to every single jumping button now. It's only a matter of time, guys, before the next patch. They'll have access to every ground button too. We'll see. Slippery slope. We'll see. And they're also making it so you can adjust from low lights as well because of the perfect parry change, because it's really important to mix up your lows. It's nothing major, but if you use modern controls, I'm sure you're happy. You'll have access to new buttons. Drive gauge recovery now occurs from frame 11 and later after moving forward. The cooldown period that occurs after immediately performing an overdrive art is not affected due to the amount. What? You don't gain bar immediately now? Hold on a second. I need to understand this change. Did they nerf the micro step combos? It works? Okay, hold on. Well, let me make sure. Okay. Crisis averted. Crisis averted. Okay, it's not that. It's not that. We still have it, guys. We still have it. Drive gauge recovery. It's the passive drive gauge recovery, not the walking or later after moving forward. We'll find out about that later. But if someone knows, just leave it in the comments. I gotta make sure I can go down back on the perfect parry on fireballs. Yeah, I can still hold down back, guys, on the fireball. Thank goodness. The reason you want to hold down back on the fireball is because when you're crouching, your hurt box is wider, which means your window to perfect parry a fireball is slightly bigger. So you ideally want to crouch when you perfect parry a fireball. That's it, guys. Those are the universal notes. So, unless Capcom is going to jump scare us and certain characters' throw loops are removed as we read the character notes, it looks like they're still on the table, baby. No adjustments to drive rush. No adjustments to DI, drive reversal. The main thing that they're adjusting is perfect parry this time around and throw text. Don't panic just yet. Like I said, they might change it on a character by character basis. It's still going to be a significant change to the meta of the game. The perfect parry in the meaty situations. But holy moly, Capcom loves throw loops. They're just still tiptoeing around it and not taking it head on. The more I think about it, though, I really do believe that Capcom simply just can't get rid of them because of the drive rush system. There are just certain characters that no matter what, they're going to have it just because of the drive rush alone. They would have to go absolutely full screen away on a forward throw. But the perfect parry changes are definitely more significant than I thought. I wanted to know what the frame data was after an imperfect parry, and it is much more minus and much less rewarding. So that's going to change a lot. There'll be less swings, and mix-ups are definitely getting buffed. And the new mind game is interesting. The throw tech stuff is interesting. We'll have to see. Oh, and don't forget about the drive rush cancel. This freezing your character and locking them in place is interesting. It's not just the crouching medium kicks. It's any kind of cancel, I think. Here, look. Okay, I'm going. This is very common with Guile. Standing light kick, and you back walk out to shimmy them, right? But if I cancel it from anything, let's say crouching me, because obviously I can't cancel this, right? Crouching medium punch, please work. See, I can't walk out anymore. I can't walk out. You're trapped. It's not crouching medium kicks. It's any kind of cancel from drive rush. What this means, guys, is that if someone does drive rush cancel on you, you don't have to be afraid of pressing throw. You guys can press throw with confidence now. You guys won't get shimmied. Well, hold on. They might backdash, though. What if they backdash? 1 second. It's okay, guys. You don't have to be afraid anymore. I guess you have to backdash. They can still backdash shimmy you, but now that gives you another option. Now you could do reversal. So before, you know, shimmies were good because they defended against reversals because you walk back. But now that you have to backdash, reversal is going to hit you. Super is going to hit you. So yeah, as a defender, guys, you guys don't have to be as scared to press throw. Because like, here's another thing. What if you anticipate them doing the backdash? You go like this, and you don't press anything. Then they're minus 20, right? They're minus 20 now. So now you do, if you're like Ken or someone, you're like, oh, this guy's backdashing a lot. I'm going to do crouching medium kick drive rush on this guy. Right? Mind games. All right, I guess we're teching a lot of throws, boys. What are you guys' thoughts on the universal changes so far? 2 thumbs up. Nope, throw loops to win, 2 thumbs down. 1 thumbs up.